The Intel H610 chipset remains a solid budget foundation for gaming builds supporting 12th Gen Alder Lake, 13th Gen Raptor Lake, and 14th Gen processors via the LGA1700 socket. These 5 best H610 motherboards represent the best mix of budget-friendly and premium options for gamers building on this platform. The ASUS Prime H610 MAD4 is what happens when a company decides to pack premium features into a budget platform. This micro ATX board has earned its reputation as the best overall H610 option according to multiple independent reviews and testing. Right out of the box, you notice the heatsinks covering both the VRM and the PCH chipset, and that is genuinely rare at this price point. Most budget boards leave these components completely exposed and hope for the best. The cooling here means your system stays stable during long gaming sessions instead of throttling when things heat up. What really sets the ASUS apart is everything surrounding those core specs. You get triple display output through DisplayPort, HDMI, and D-Sub, which is perfect if you are running multiple monitors or have an older display you want to keep using. The Intel i219V handles your network connection, and that matters because Intel LAN controllers consistently deliver lower latency than the Realtek chips found on cheaper boards. Intel networking also uses less CPU overhead, which frees up more processing power for your games. For anyone building a system with RGB lighting, this board includes 3 addressable Gen 2 headers with full Aura sync support. That means your motherboard lighting can sync up with your GPU, your RAM, your fans, and anything else in the ASUS ecosystem. ASUS also baked in their 5X Protection 3 system, which covers over-voltage protection, DRAM over current protection, surge protection on the LAN port through LANguard technology, and their SafeSlot Core reinforced PCIe slot. That reinforced slot uses a special hook anchor design that provides 1.6 times stronger retention and 1.3 times greater shearing resistance than standard slots, so heavy graphics cards stay secure over time. Dual M.2 slots give you room for both a boot drive and a game library without needing to rely entirely on slower SATA storage. USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports on the rear panel deliver up to 10 gigabits per second transfer speeds for fast external drives. The software side includes Armory Crate for centralized system control and FanExpert 2 Plus for configuring your cooling setup through either Windows or the UEFI BIOS. The BIOS itself offers both an easy mode for beginners and an advanced mode for experienced builders who want granular control over every setting. If you want the most complete package on the H610 platform with RGB support and a refined experience, this is the board to beat. The MSI PRO H610MGD-DR4 takes a business-oriented approach while still delivering everything gamers need at an ultra-competitive price point. This board has become incredibly popular because it checks all the necessary boxes without any unnecessary extras inflating the cost. MSI built this around an 8+1+1 power phase design with their Core Boost technology, which combines premium layout and optimized power delivery for faster and more stable current to the CPU. That power design handles sustained loads from mainstream processors without breaking a sweat. MSI equipped this board with their Steel Armor reinforced PCIe slot, which uses extra solder points and metal shielding to prevent GPU sag and block electromagnetic interference. Heavy graphics cards weighing over 2 kilograms stay secure without any risk of damaging the slot over time. The Memory Boost feature fully isolates the DDR4 circuit to deliver pure data signals for better performance and stability at rated speeds. Triple display outputs through HDMI 2.1, DisplayPort 1.4, and Legacy VGA mean you can connect basically any monitor regardless of age or connector type. The Frozer AI cooling system automatically detects CPU and GPU temperatures and adjusts fan speeds through preset profiles that you can customize in MSI Center software. 1 gigabit Ethernet handles your network connection reliably, and the 7.1 channel HD audio with Audio Boost delivers clean sound through high-quality capacitors and isolated audio circuitry. The M.2 slot runs at PCIe Gen 3x4 speeds for NVMe drives pushing up to 32 gigabits per second, and 4 SATA 3 connectors provide additional storage expansion. MSI's ClickB iOS 5 interface makes initial setup straightforward even if you have never built a computer before. The only real limitation is the 2 fan headers, which means you will need splitters or a hub for builds with multiple case fans. For budget builders who want solid power delivery and professional-grade reliability without paying for RGB features they might never use, the PRO H610M GDDR4 delivers exactly what you need. The Gigabyte H610MS2 HDDR4 takes a completely different approach by focusing almost entirely on power delivery and display flexibility. While other budget boards cut corners on their voltage regulation, Gigabyte equipped this one with a 6+1+1 hybrid digital VRM design using solid capacitors throughout. That is genuinely class-leading for an H610 motherboard, and it means your processor gets clean, stable power even under sustained gaming loads. The digital VRM responds faster to load changes than analog designs, which translates to more stable voltages during intense gaming moments when power draw fluctuates rapidly. Gigabyte also gave this board 4 display outputs, which is more than any other H610 option available. You get DisplayPort, HDMI, DVI-D, and D-Sub, all on the same board. If you have a mix of old and new monitors, or need to run several displays for productivity alongside gaming, this flexibility is unmatched by any competitor. The Intel GBE LAN includes CFO Speed network traffic management software that automatically prioritizes game traffic over background downloads, helping maintain low ping times in crowded network environments. High-quality audio capacitors paired with audio noise guard physically separates the analog audio components from potential interference at the PCB level. The ultra-durable design philosophy shows up in details like anti-sulfur resistors that extend the board's lifespan in humid environments. These resistors are specifically treated to prevent corrosion from airborne contaminants, which matters more than most people realize for long-term reliability. SmartFan 6 gives you granular control with multiple temperature sensor inputs and customizable curves featuring both slope and stair modes. You can configure fans to ramp up based on CPU temperature, system temperature, or a combination of both sensors for smarter cooling behavior. The board also supports fan stop mode, which completely halts case fans at idle for near-silent operation during light tasks. Gigabyte's exclusive CPU upgrade profiles and BIOS let you adjust P-Core and E-Core activation to match different usage scenarios. Solid-plated ATX 12-volt 8-pin power connectors ensure stable power delivery even under heavy CPU loads. You will not find RGB headers here, and the USB count is fairly basic. But if power delivery and display flexibility matter more than lighting effects, the S2H delivers where it counts. The ASRock H610M-HDV/M.2 offers the most aggressive value proposition in the entire H610 segment, while still including features that matter for gaming. This board proves you can build a functional gaming system without overspending on features you will never use. The surprise here is the Intel LAN controller, because most budget boards default to cheaper Realtek solutions. Intel networking provides lower latency and better driver support, making this an unusual find at the entry level. Intel network controllers also tend to use less CPU overhead, which frees up more processing power for your games. ASRock built this around a 6-phase power design using next-generation digital PWM that delivers CPU voltage more efficiently and smoothly than traditional analog solutions. The Ultra M.2 slot pushes data transfer speeds up to 32 gigabits per second through PCIe Gen 3x4 bandwidth, and the board also includes an M.2 key E slot for adding wireless connectivity through a compatible Wi-Fi module. Full spike protection guards all USB, audio, and LAN ports against voltage surges using TVS diodes and specialized circuit design to absorb electrical spikes before they reach sensitive chips. The high-density glass fabric PCB resists humidity penetration better than standard boards, which matters if you live somewhere with variable climate conditions. ASRock claims this PCB material reduces the gaps between fibers significantly compared to traditional construction. Triple display output through HDMI, DisplayPort, and D-Sub. Handles most monitor configurations, with the HDMI port supporting 4K at 60 Hz for modern displays. The Realtek ALC897 audio codec delivers 7.1-channel HD audio, which is more than adequate for gaming headsets and speaker setups. Premium power chokes provide up to 3 times better saturation current than traditional components for enhanced V-core voltage delivery. The sapphire black PCB looks more premium than the typical brown or green boards found at this price tier. ASRock's UEFI BIOS is straightforward without being oversimplified and includes their instant flash utility for easy firmware updates. The trade-offs are predictable at this price point with no VRM heatsink and no RGB support, but for first-time builders or anyone on a strict budget, this board delivers the essentials without padding the cost. The ASUS Prime H610M-ED4 carves out a unique position by offering dual M.2 slots at a price point where most competitors only include one. For builders who want fast NVMe storage for both their operating system and their game library without relying entirely on slower SATA drives, this feature alone justifies considering this board. Both M.2 slots support speeds up to 32 gigabits per second through PCIe 3.0x4 bandwidth, which means you can run two high-speed NVMe drives simultaneously. ASUS included a dedicated PCH heatsink to keep chipset temperatures in check during extended use. And the 5X Protection 3 suite covers all the essential safeguards, including overvoltage protection, DRAM overcurrent protection, and LANguard surge protection on the network port. Triple display output through DisplayPort, HDMI, and D-Sub handles diverse monitor configurations, whether you have modern displays or older VGA screens you want to keep using. The SafeSlot Core reinforced PCIe slot uses strengthened solder points around both the PCIe and DIMM pins for improved structural integrity. The board includes an RGB header for basic lighting customization if you want to add compatible LED strips to your build. Realtek Gigabit Ethernet handles networking duties reliably, and the Realtek audio codec delivers clean 7.1-channel sound through dedicated audio PCB layers that separate analog and digital domains. FanExpert 2+ software provides comprehensive cooling control through either Windows or the UEFI BIOS, with support for both PWM and DC fans. 4 SATA 3 ports round out the storage options for additional drives beyond the 2 M.2 slots. USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports provide 5 gigabits per second transfer speeds on the rear panel, and Armory Crate software gives you centralized control over system settings. For storage-focused builds where dual NVMe capability matters, the Prime H610M-ED4 fills a gap that other H610 boards leave open. So which board makes sense for your build? If you want the most features with Intel LAN, RGB support, and premium software, the ASUS Prime H610M-ED4 is the obvious choice. Best budget value with solid power delivery, the MSI Pro H610MG-DDR4 delivers professional-grade reliability without unnecessary extras. Class-leading VRM and maximum display flexibility goes to the GIGA BYTE H610M US2 HDDR4 with that 6+1+1 hybrid design and 4 video outputs. Pure entry-level value with Intel networking belongs to the ASRock H610M-HDV/M.2. And for dual M.2 storage capability, the ASUS Prime H610M-ED4 stands alone in its category. Now I want to hear from you. Which motherboard fits your next build, and what processor are you planning to pair it with? Drop your setup in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.